talking about the Titans here. The Titans.
Swing and a drive, left field. It's gone. It is gone. It is Bedlam at the bank.
The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball.
Podcast right here. You already know. Go fucking subscribe. Go follow.
You are now listening to the 302 Birds Phillies postgame show with Eric, Brendan, Dalt, and Ballpark Tommy. Proudly powered by TickPick. Check out the link in the bio for $10 off your first order today. Let's take it to the show.
So, the Phillies fucking suck, dude. Like, I can't even fathom. And this is just going to be another rant show. I'm not doing fucking topics because, honestly, I'm so pissed off right now that I can't even fathom the idea of just going through a topic list. I just got to get a bunch of shit off my fucking chest, and so does Gavin. Gavin's going to guest with us here tonight. But just, they had so many fucking opportunities to win this fucking game. They had like 4 opportunities. 4.
Yep.
You had a fucking 4-1 lead and you fucking blew it. You had bases loaded in the bottom of the 9th and Bryce Harper can't hit for fucking shit. You had bottom of the fucking 10th when literally I don't even think they scored a run the top of the 10th. You literally could have went into the bottom of the 10th and walked it off. Nobody could fucking hit. The bottom of the 11th, again, you could have probably tied it up, but you have 3 of the worst fucking hitters I've ever seen in fucking Marsh, Realmuto, and fucking they pinched hit Rojas for fucking Wilson, which Wilson is fucking dog shit. Like, this team, and I'm going to get into trade deadline shit in a minute because I think Dave fucked that over tremendously. In a sense, I think there's some good and bad things with the trade deadline, but literally this team literally had 4 fucking opportunities to win the game. And now you are on a 5 straight series fucking losing streak.
Damn right.
I don't care. I don't care that it's the middle of the season. I don't give a flying fuck. Literally, you want to call yourself the best team in fucking baseball? Fucking act like it. Go ahead, Gavin.
Yeah. That was amazing, by the way. Yeah, that was awesome. I mean, you perfectly stated everything for sure. But yeah, it's not looking too hot right now. It's really disappointing. And it's just embarrassing that it's 5 consecutive series that they have lost. So that's not going to help with confidence. And I have no idea what is going through the mind of our top 3 with Schwarber, Turner, and Harper when
they're fucking over like 19, dude.
It's bad. It's really bad. I thought in the 9th when Harper hit it, I thought they were going to walk it off, but nope, of course not. Tonight they left, I'm pretty sure, 13 runners in scoring position, I think I saw. So that's another thing to add because situational hitting is something the Phillies cannot accomplish because they simply cannot hit. With the pitching's pitching. I mean, I felt bad for the pitching today because we can't hit for them. So yeah, I mean, it's just the past 5 series have just been terrible. I mean, last night was terrible. Tonight, when Hayes hit the 3-run bomb, I was like, you know what? Okay, this is a good start for us. Nope, we're just going to let, Phillies killer Jazz Chisholm just completely ruin everything. And then we're just going to forget how to hit.
He fucking pissed me off, dude. Like, just Orion just left a perfect fucking pitch right over the middle of the fucking plate. And I'm pretty sure it was to Jazz, right? When he pitched and Jazz hit that fucking home run or something. I don't fucking remember, honestly, at this point. But Jazz Chisholm has hit 4 home runs in the past 24 hours.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the first one was Nola, second was Strom, because Strom put it all the way up at the zone, and JT asked him to put it down, and it was all the way up. That's what gave them the lead. What's the second one he hit? But yeah, it's really disappointing. Honestly, I think they're getting swept tomorrow. I don't see them winning. They're gonna get swept.
Oh, for sure. I mean, looking at the fucking stat line tonight, runners left in scoring position on 2 outs. Stott twice, Marsh, Bohm, Harper twice, Schwarber, Wilson, 5 for 18 with runners in scoring position. Fucking like pathetic. Looking at their stat line, Schwarber 0 for 3 but 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. He's fucking dog shit lately. Turner 1 for 6, and he got lucky on a fucking blooper because he's just fast as fuck. Harper 0 for 5. Bohm's been pissing me off too. Literally whatever Harper does, Bohm does the same exact thing right behind him. 1 for 6. Marsh, he's been dog shit lately too. I don't know what his issue is. 0 for 6. Realmuto, he was actually pretty decent tonight. 3 for 5. He seems like he's starting to heat up. Casti, 0 for 4. Rojas, he pinch hit and he did perfect. 1 for 1. Wilson, fuck you. 0 for 1. Stott sucks too. 1 for 4. Austin Hayes, welcome to Philly, dude. Like, I'm not even going to complain about Hayes because Hayes is the only one that showed up tonight.
4 RBI.
3-run bomb, 4 RBI, had a perfect play in the outfield, diving catch. I'm not even going to hate on him because it seemed, and I said this last night, and Gavin, I'm sure you'll agree with me. It seems like for the past couple series, or honestly couple games, it's one guy that shows up. Everybody else is just dead.
Yeah. Oh,
tonight
100%.
was Austin Hayes. Yesterday was Marsh. The day before that was Kyle Schwarber. Nobody else wants to show up. And what pisses me off the most is this team does not, let me repeat that, does not like to play small ball. Literally everybody has to act as the hero. You look at Bryce Harper in his at-bats. Dude is always trying to swing for the fences. I guarantee if he slowed down and looked at pitches, didn't swing at the first pitch, he probably would have more RBIs or even walks.
That's one thing that pissed me off was them swinging at the first pitch. That's one thing that really pissed me off tonight was almost every single one of them would swing at the first pitch and it would be a pop-up. Almost all of them did it.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, look at Stott. When Stott came in and he could have walked off the game, he took the first fucking pitch. First pitch. Like they want to try so hard to be the hero. And like literally the umpire didn't help either. Literally, I want to know how much Aaron Judge paid the fucking umps before the game. Because I shit you not, every time tonight that Aaron Judge was up to the plate, and I get he's a tall motherfucker. I get it.
Isn't he like 6'7" or something?
He's like 6'6", 6'7". He's taller than me, and I'm 6'4", 6'5" on a good day. But literally, the ball was in the zone. I can pull up pictures and show you that the ball was in the zone like 3 times. 3 times.
Yeah, and Judge does not need help from the ump. He does not need any sort of help.
And I like the umpiring was bad for both sides. Don't get me wrong. The Yankees had some questionable calls where, you know, the ball was way outside the zone and the umpire was calling it a strike. But like, I can't wait until either the MLB gets their thumb out of their mouth and literally either gets robo-umps or implements the ABS system. Because literally the past couple series, and I get it, our hitters are cold. Our hitters are terrible. But I also agree with some of their statements where they're saying the umpires aren't any help, which they're not. Because if the umpire is going to call a ball a strike, you're going to swing at that regardless. You're going to swing at it because if you don't, it's automatically going to be called a strike anyway. So it's like nothing is going right for this team. And
it's not.
And
it's really a shame, dude. I mean, like, if you think about it, coming out of that Dodgers series when we swept them, we looked like unstoppable. Like, we thought, okay, you know what? The next series coming up, Pirates, we're gonna sweep. Twins. We might sweep, maybe not. At least win the series. Nope. It's just this repeated pattern. And it's usually they lose, win, lose. Now, this is completely different against the Yankees because they lost both games. I mean, they lost the series. They play tomorrow at what, 12:40, one of them?
12:45, something like that.
Yeah, so they can either avoid getting swept or get swept. I just see them getting swept. I mean, I like Sanchez, but they can't hit. There's no confidence with hitting with them right now. And it's watching them hit, it's either they take the first pitch or they're going to swing at it. And it depends on the inning or how many base runners are on base. And the other thing, too, they aren't being patient for their pitches at all. They will not be patient. If they see a pitch, they're going to swing. They're not looking for their pitch. And the thing with Harper right now that's really bugging me is I get, he takes weeks to get his timing back after coming off the IL. It takes weeks for him. But, dude, at this point, with how many at-bats that you've had and how many chances tonight, it's just unbelievable. I mean, in the past series, there have been sliders and changeups that have been hung so far that he could have hit out of the park, probably. It's just terrible. So his timing isn't right. Schwarber, it's Kyle Schwarber. Turner, I don't know what happened to you, dude. You were on fire. And I mean, you're on fire this month, and then you just died down. Bohm, he got an RBI tonight. Good for you, I guess. Whatever. You still suck right now, but yeah, like you said, their whole lineup is just not playing to how they're supposed to play. Like on paper, it looks amazing, but right now it's not good. And everyone can say, "Oh well, teams go through slumps and blah blah blah," and that you can say that that's fine, but when you're watching a team that has over 60 wins, that is quote unquote the best team in baseball. I hate that name, by the way. I hate that. It's a stupid name. So with all those stuff that is around the Phillies and all the hype, when you watch them, you expect them to win. You don't expect them to lose, especially with this season and their record. It is not something you see them do is lose a lot. But right now with this stretch, that's been happening more than winning. And the players know it too. Of course, they know it. I mean, they're the ones that are hitting. They know it. The real question is, when are they going to come out of it? And I have no answer for that. I have no answer when they're going to come out of it.
So, yeah, I'm looking at Rob Thompson's comments post-game. Rob Thompson on Philly's struggles since sweeping Dodgers. Well, pitchers are walking a lot more people, and the bats have gone silent. But that'll change. It'll change. Okay. Let me back up there, right? Gavin, how close does this sound to the Eagles last season? Do you remember when Nick Sirianni every fucking week would say, "Oh, it's going to change. Oh, it's going to get better.
Yep.
We're working on it. We're working on it."
Planting the seeds.
And then, nothing happened. And I feel like that's the same thing with Rob. What's up? What's going on, KJ? Appreciate you tuning in. I can't speak.
Hey, KJ.
But yeah, dude, the Yankees literally I saw people on Twitter, KJ, and it's funny. I saw people on Twitter saying that literally the Yankees literally gave it to us on the silver platter, and the Phillies were like, "Nope, send it back. I'm good. No thanks." This team, dude, we're
bad right now. It's really
we're so much better than this. And it's like, what everybody's saying, and by everybody I mean our haters, but they're all saying the same thing. And at this point I agree. We had a very easy schedule and we took advantage of that easy schedule. And now that we're playing teams that are playoff contenders, World Series contenders, we're just falling apart. And this is what the Phillies are ultimately, is they're just a team that sucks. I said it last night that, the Rangers, last year when they won the World Series, they had a really hot start and then they fell apart and they still won. The 2008 Phillies, they kind of went through a similar thing that we're going through right now, where they started off hot, they had a little bit of a slump, and then they got it together.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully they can turn around. But yeah, it's just not good. And this is exactly what I mean when I said like weeks ago on the show that this whole team is filled with streaky hitters. And this, like, the past series have shown that they are filled with streaky hitters. So that just doesn't help their case too. And like I said, I cannot tell you when they're going to hit out of it. It's just one of these days they'll finally hit out of it. And hopefully that's soon. Because looking at their schedule next month, it's brutal. They play the Braves 6 times. They played the Mets a lot. And they play, I forget who else, but it's another team that's decent. And then after this series, I'm pretty sure they had to travel out to the West Coast against Seattle. And they're on the West Coast for a little bit. But it's just not going in their favor right now. And I really hope they can turn it around, because if they don't, the Mets and Braves will catch up. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about was the Phillies have gotten bailed out so much during this last 5 consecutive series. They've gotten bailed out so much because the Braves and Mets have been losing and winning, losing and winning. It's a mix. Like, they're not in between with the win-loss ratio. So the Phillies have gotten bailed out by them losing and them just not moving up. But the Phillies need to start winning again, because if they don't, then Mets will catch up, Braves will catch up, and it just won't look good.
Right, and I'm looking at standings, I think. Looking at standings, I'll look at league real quick. So, I mean, we're still best in the NL. Dodgers are 2 games behind us. MLB, we're not even we're not even the best anymore. We're tied with the Guardians. So, yeah, and the Orioles are 1.5 games behind us. So, I think the Guardians are playing right now, so if they win, they'll be ahead, which honestly at this point I don't even fucking care anymore.
That's fine. I hate that name anyway. That name holds a lot to a team, so I'm fine.
Looking at standings, Braves are 7.5 games behind. Mets are literally right behind them at 8 games. I want to see though scores. Are the Guardians playing right now? Yeah, the Cleveland Guardians are playing. Oh, they already won their game, so we're tied with them. They won against the Tigers 5-8. So, but yeah, KJ, I'm seeing your comment now. And if you're still in here, I completely agree with you, dude. I think Dave should have made more moves. I think the only trade that made sense to me right now is the and I'm gonna butcher his name, Esteves, right? Is that how I think that's how you say it?
Yeah.
That makes the most sense to me. And I don't even think he did bad tonight, honestly.
No,
I think
he did
went
well.
in and did well. But like looking at a lot of the trade deadline pitchers that went and what teams had to give up to get them, a lot of teams had to give up a lot of prospects. Like for the Padres, for who was it? Was it Tanner Scott from the Marlins?
Yeah, it was Tanner Scott.
They gave up what, like 3-4 prospects for him?
Yeah, they gave up a crap load of prospects, and same thing. I mean, Baltimore gave up 2 of their top prospects for Trevor Rogers from the Marlins. So,
right. Austin Hayes, I think give it a couple more games and he'll be fine. I mean, he did pretty well tonight. I think he's doing better than Pache or Whit Merrifield. So kudos to him. And we didn't really give up a lot for him. We gave up Sir Anthony and
Pache.
I'm having a brain fart. So, like, personally, I feel like, honestly, it was kind of just a neutral trade at that point. Like, both teams didn't really gain much. They didn't really lose much. And then like Baltimore took Soto, which that trade was really weird to me in a sense. Because it's like you traded Soto for one of their prospects. And it's like, okay, you kind of use Soto a lot lately. So who's going to fill his shoes? And I feel like, honestly, right now, they're going to offload it to Strom and Jeff. I mean, like, Ruiz pitched tonight, so he
needs to go.
I mean, let me look at this. Ruiz didn't even let up a earned run, so he did pretty well. He hasn't let up a run. I think they said since like July 14th or something like that.
I'm a Ruiz hater. D1.
So, I mean, like, I don't even know. And I agree with the comments here. You know, like, thank God we got rid of Soto. Yeah, dude. I mean, I don't think he was necessarily bad per se. I just don't think he really fits in here.
Yeah.
He had his moments where he was good. Honestly, I feel like he was personally more so lucky. Jordan, I'm looking at your comment here. 2 games you went to and you can't get it done. Maybe you're just bad luck, man. And I mean this like jokingly and respectively, because like it seems like people that say they go to games that they lose, it just seems like they're bad luck. I think personally I'm like 7-3 or 4 or something like that. So, and I've noticed like it depends on what jersey I wear. I've noticed like every time I wear the City Connect jersey this season, they win games. So I don't know, but yeah. Speaking about trade deadline, I do think Dave could have done more. I would have liked to seen another outfield bat. But it seems like he focused more so on pitching, which nothing wrong with that. I don't think you should have gone for what you went for. I like Esteves as a closer. I do. But honestly, I think that you probably should have, and Gavin, you were saying this too, I think they should have went for a middle reliever.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Especially because you got rid of Soto. You got rid of Soto, and that was his job. And you got rid of Sir Anthony, and that was his job as well.
Yeah. I mean, with the whole trade deadline thing, of course, I wanted Dave to make another move for another bat. But it's whatever. If he really trusts the team, and they will hit out of the slump eventually. They will. If they don't, then I don't even know what to say, but they will. So it seems like he trusts the team to hit out of it, which is good. But yeah, they traded Soto to Baltimore. And I saw something earlier when they traded Sir Anthony and Pache. The original deal was actually Soto and Pache for Hayes, and Baltimore said no, we want Sir Anthony instead. So we did it. But it doesn't matter because we literally traded today Soto for I saw it was 2 prospects or something. It was Seth Johnson and some other guy who was ranked like their 8th prospect or something. But I mean, those trades can maybe help. I really don't know. And then they traded to the White Sox, right? They got what's his name? Tanner Banks, right?
Yeah, Tanner Banks.
Like that. I mean, it's from the White Sox. It's the worst team in baseball, you could say. So I don't really know what you want to do with that news or information. But this Banks guy, I mean, he's good against lefties from his stats. I mean, they're batting 143 against him. So he's decent against lefties. But yeah, I wish Dave would have got a middle reliever who's actually really, really decent. But he didn't, which is fine, I guess. And even an at-bat, maybe another one. But he didn't. And he did say then later on that the prices were too high. So I'm assuming they either wanted Pena or Miller or Crawford, and he wasn't comfortable trading them.
Right.
So that's fine. This just means now that Juan Soto, you are a future Philly next season, baby. Sign the contract.
Sign the contract, big boy. Sign the contract,
big boy. But
so I mean, like here's my thing, right? If you do not produce this season, personally, I think one of two things happens. Or honestly, both might happen. One, Rob Thompson, I think, is going to be on the hot seat. It's going to be like a Nick Sirianni situation where you had a really good 2 years. You had a really good start to a season, and then you just slumped. If he's not fired, he'll be on the hot seat. Two, I think, they could do Juan Soto, and the only reason I say that is look at how much they were going to offer Yamamoto.
Mm-hmm.
Go search that up. Look at how much they were going to offer him, and then come back here and tell me that they wouldn't offer the same to Juan Soto. Because they were going to offer him a couple $100 million to pitch for us.
For sure.
Granted, it didn't work out, but I mean, I don't see... If they don't get Juan Soto, I think that anybody else that's a free agent, they're going to try to go get.
Yeah, I mean, Bellinger could opt out, test free agency if he wanted to. I mean, there's some other hitters, but with the whole Juan Soto thing, him and I both know that it's next season and whatever. But looking at it, it's like, one, does he want to play for the Yankees for the rest of his career? I really don't know. I think it depends if they go to the World Series, then maybe. But if not, why wouldn't you want to test out your luck in free agency and possibly sign with the Phillies to play with your buddies? Because he played with Harper and Trey. Like, I just think that he would want to do that, is to reunite with them and win a World Series with them. And it would really help them out if the Phillies could actually make a push to the World Series. But yeah, just right now with this season, they really need to figure out how to hit out of the slump, because the last 5 series have been really disappointing. And teams are going to start catching up soon, especially with, September will come around and such. But yeah, they just really need to hit out of the slump.
At this point, I don't care about being the best baseball. I don't care. Would I like to win the division? Yeah, sure. Whatever. You get a pennant. What do you fucking do? You get to fly a flag. Wow. Congrats. It's literally just bragging rights, honestly. Like, whatever. If somebody else wins a division, I mean, great for them. I'd rather be able to get into the postseason and go on a run in the postseason. But that's really all I have for tonight. I think I've gotten it kind of all out. This team just is very disappointing lately. They play the Yankees tomorrow at like 12:30. So honestly, I feel like tomorrow's post-game show, what's tomorrow, Wednesday? Tomorrow's post-game show probably will be right before the regular podcast. Actually, I think the podcast this week is taking a week off. So it'll probably be just a later post-game show. So it won't be right after the game, but we'll still do a post-game show. Whether or not it'll be another rant, we'll see. But I'll be back here tomorrow. Maybe I'll have Dalt with me, Brendan, maybe somebody. I don't know. We'll see. But Phillies lose 7-6 in 12 innings, 5th straight series loss. They're going to try not to get swept tomorrow. They're going to try to salvage a win. We'll see what happens. They cooked their bullpen today, so I don't even know at this point. But yeah, everybody have a good night. Try not to let this loss get you down. Do what you got to do, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Roll the outro.
The Vikings!
Swing and a drive, left field. It's gone! It's gone! It is Bedlam at the bank!
The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball!
I can't hear you. Podcast.